on in the room. Come on in the room. Go ahead and grab your BFF, your partner, your significant other, and get in the house because we are
Yes.
here at KBBU behind the scenes. Yes, we are.
Yes, we
Listen, if
are.
you are watching us for the first time, my name is Michelle Green, and this is part of the KBBU team. We have Dr. Mary Hancock in the house. We have
Hello, hello.
Mr. Coach Preston Johnson in the house. Woo, woo! Yes, and we have many more coaches, but they are on break, so it's just random. Whoever want to come on Wednesdays to speak with us about the things that we deal with in business. So tonight we are going to be talking about to the entrepreneurs about surviving this squeeze. So why are businesses feeling harder and harder than ever for them to get themselves together and to continue to run a business? Why is it feeling like we are just being, we're being squeezed so tight that we cannot handle keeping our businesses? We are going out of business. Some of us are going back to work on a job, and it's nothing wrong with that. But why is this happening so rapidly across the world? Why is this happening? So we're going to talk about that tonight. So let's talk about this, starting with, I'm going to go with Preston. Let's talk about it. Preston, what you got to say about this topic? What do you
I'm going.
think is surrounding around this?
I'm going to harken back to something you said a while back, Miss Michelle.
All right.
When I say it, you're gonna like it's gonna be that light bulb pop over your head. People, entrepreneurs, are having trouble because they are functioning with unemployed money.
Woo!
You remember saying that? You said that, and it has been ground into my psyche ever since. Now I'm gonna elaborate on what I'm saying. Unemployed money. First, let me get a little backtrack. Y'all know I teach the territory, right?
Yes.
Territory is physical and it's mental. You gotta get your mind right. All right. Now you're gonna hear me. I want for anybody who's listening. If you come to the Media and Wealth Summit, you're gonna hear this again because this is vital. Everybody got to hear this. All right. I'm gonna get to the money part, but I got to give you the setup. The person that will support you the most and the biggest hater in your life is in any mirror you look in your house. It's you. All right. It's you. If you think you can do it, you will do it. If you think you can't do it, you won't. I heard that the other day and I was dying to get on. So I was dying to tell somebody. So I was glad Michelle reminded me of this tonight. So I was like, okay, I'm going to say this. Now I'm going to get to the money side. When you are trying to expand your territory, you're going to need revenue to do that. All right. When you start your business, it's cool. You put your little first dollar up on the wall. That's symbolism to you making money, making revenue. Do something with it. Don't make complacent money. Don't think you good because you got a little bit coming in, right? That becomes that unemployed money because what you're doing with it, you're getting it in and you sending it right back out. All right? Don't get wrapped up also with trying to think, I ain't got 1,000, I ain't got 10,000. My metaphor here, you don't go to Planet Fitness or any other gym and go to the 100-pound weights. You will hurt yourself. You start out small. You start out light. Those light investments in yourself, first and foremost, your infrastructure, your, nest egg, as you'll call it, it'll build. You got to build it. That's why I say you got to go look in the mirror. You got to hype yourself up. You got to talk to your best supporter in the world, and that's you. Okay? So, yeah, I'm gonna say the rest of it for the media summit. But that's my preview. And I hope it made sense to everybody. Oh, and like I say, I'm not just talking. Like you say, not only am I a member, I'm a client too. I got to do the same thing with my own money too. All right?
No. Employ
Okay?
your money. That's right.
Employ your
Give it an
money.
instruction. That's what I'm
Shout
talking
out,
about,
shout out to
Preston.
Michelle Green, KBBU LLC CEO, because she said that
Hey.
in one of her videos, and my antenna stood straight up. I was like, wow, she must have made that for me. I wasn't offended. I was energized. Like, okay, Michelle, I got you. So yeah, Michelle, I'll watch your video. Just want you to know that.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's right. I believe that was on one of the credit repair shows too. But
Yeah.
nevertheless, hey, y'all can get in wherever you fit in. This is what we do. We talk about all things business and all things finances in the other businesses. So listen, Dr. Mary, what you got to say about this surviving the squeeze, around entrepreneurs, and why you think it is that we are feeling this pressure as business owners now in this world, especially in this economy?
hmm I think one reason why people don't want to take time to lay the correct foundation. So
Ooh.
they're so busy chasing that dollar and not preparing for the next time. Not expanding, not becoming a visionary in their own business. And not only that, and I remember something you said, Michelle, that you have to have coaches. It's not just one coach. You have to have coaches in your life that can coach you when you get to one level, that can coach you to the next level. And sometimes we are so hard on thinking that this is just linear, but it's actually not
Oh.
linear. It's multifaceted. And if we will become a visionary of our own business, then it will cause us to anticipate when we need to pivot, how we need to pivot, and that we need another coach to go to the next level. But we don't think about that, because what are we chasing? We chasing that almighty dollar.
Ooh.
Dr.
Not the
Mary,
money, money, money.
can I
Yeah.
add one word to what you just
Oh,
said?
add a whole bunch of words.
Okay. In my business, my travel agency, I have a presentation that I actually give, and we talk about linear income versus residual income. I'm gonna school y'all on residual. Linear income is what we all do. You go to work, you get paid. You don't go to work, you don't get paid. That's plain and simple. Residual income, that's what I'm talking about. That unemployed money, make it residual. That's when you do something with that revenue that keeps generating more revenue. All right. That is the investment part we're talking about. When you have residual money, you make a one-time or multiple investment, like you said, with multiple streams of income, and it starts generating money on its own. It can happen. It does. It happens for my company. Every month, I get paid a residual. All right. Whether I do what I need to do or whether I don't. But see, the key to that is the more effort I put in, the bigger that residual is going to be. So
Mhm.
absolutely, I'm going to put in the work. Right.
That's right.
And I got a good one for you too. I'm going to talk about my friend's daughter. It's a funny one. It relates to, like you said, chasing the profit, chasing the revenue. She was
Yes.
younger. Every time I look at her, I would say hi. She would run across the room. I would just laugh at her, right? She would come close. I would say hi. She would run across the room. When I left her alone and focused on what I was doing, I looked down. She was standing right next to me.
See?
That's what we're getting at. Take care of your business. You know what you're doing. You know what your business is. You put your heart and soul into that. Keep going. Keep going. Next thing you know, you're gonna trip over some money. You're gonna pick that money up, you're gonna stand up, some money gonna hit you in the head. Somebody gonna say, oh, you dropped this, and since I see what you're doing here, take this with you, right? People, the Media and Wealth Summit is coming up. I believe that's gonna happen. I believe some of you gonna have a conversation with somebody if you're there, and they're gonna see your heart, they're gonna see your enthusiasm, and they're gonna want to support that. All right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, coaches. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this fire. I just say, let me get some clap on with my tips. Okay. All right. So, yes, I love this perspective because we really need to take this more serious than what we are taking it. When we think about surviving the squeeze, I think of, just being a business owner, taking it all the way back to when I first started being a business owner and just looking at some of the things that I have come through over the years. And when I think about those things that I've come through, I'm looking at, I've been in an economy where the economy was pretty much down and out, where everybody lost money, where things were just looking like it was not going to be possible for us to bounce back. And that's where a lot of us are in that frame of mind right now, unfortunately. But what I want to say about this frame of mind is that we cannot always just cater to what is going on in the world. We cannot always just cater to the trends that are being set for us. We sometimes got to step outside of being a trend follower and become a trend navigator. We need to begin to navigate our own lifestyle as a business owner. And so, what that means and what that looks like is that instead of following the norm of really just engaging and participating in everything that what everyone is talking about, you have to begin to start by changing the squeeze that is happening to understand that anytime things kind of clear up, when they dry up, when things start to like look like you're getting ready to lose stuff, that is an indication for you to change. And what change looks like for a business owner is that number one, you gotta not panic. You cannot panic as it relates to what everybody else is doing. See, right now, everybody's in an uproar. We got the government that has shut down. We got all of these different things that are happening in the economy. We got people who can't even buy groceries. We got people who can't buy food. We got people who are in business and they have lost their clients. So they're trying to scratch their heads and figure out like what is really going on and how am I supposed to survive this squeeze? How am I supposed to really get back on track? Because it feels harder and harder than ever. And it's things that we are missing because we don't, like you said, Dr. Mary, we don't necessarily have a coach or someone that is guiding our life that has already been down this road before, that's not afraid of what's ahead. So we start there. We stop panicking. We stop panicking. Number two, we look at what do we already have as a business owner. So what is in your hands, Moses, as the word of God says? What's in your hands? What do you have in your hands already? You know, as I was preparing for the Media and Wealth Summit, and you know, of course, whenever you put on an event, you got all these people who say they're going to come and they're going to do this and they're going to do that. But when it gets down to the wire, people start to kind of drop off and things come up or they make other arrangements, and that's absolutely understandable. I'm not knocking that because I've had things that happen in my life where I couldn't meet an engagement that I made a promise to come to. And the thing is not necessarily about the fact that people are not coming. The thing is that we got to understand how to conduct ourselves with the things that we already have. So when that happened, it forced me to go back into the archives of my business and look at what do I already have. So in looking at what I already have, I realized that I have an abundance of wealth already with customers, with clients, with people all over the world that I have connected and collaborated with, that I've networked with. And why in the world would I not have enough when it's already in my hands? I just failed to look at what was there. So the second thing or the third thing that we are looking at is not panicking, making sure we got the right leadership in our life, because we can't just be led by just any old thing, and especially not by the economy and not by the government. I talked about that in the Credit Repair Show last week, and that's on Fridays at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Kingdom Builders Credit Repair TV show. Oh yeah, we got a podcast and TV show for pretty much everything. So make sure you get locked in so you don't miss any of those episodes. But back to what we're talking about tonight. How do you survive that squeeze? How do you survive it? You got to look at what's already in your hands. What are the things that you already have access to? See, anytime that things start to change and shift, there's always going to be a downfall before there's an uphill process. Before there is an explosion of abundance, you're always going to see lack. Things are going to start turning over and looking like, oh my goodness, you know, I don't know how I'm going to make it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay in business. I don't know. My clients are going away. Like, what is happening? That's what people are saying. But you got to really take inventory of what is in your hands. I found that I had millions of clients by just going into the archives and looking at what was in my hands. Now, tell me exactly why we wouldn't be able to meet quota for the Media and Wealth Summit. we will be able to meet quota, and we're going to be busting at the seams because this thing is already sold out. I'm trying to tell you, literally, there are people that are going to be coming from even the streets because this is what God has already prepared for us. See, a lot of times we depend on God, and for those of us who aren't dependent on God, now that's another reason why we are experiencing the squeeze. It's because we are not dependent on Him. We have taken Him out of every equation, and we are looking to our own way of understanding things, and that's always going to be an epic fail. Okay? That's always going to be an epic fail because we did not create ourselves. We have to depend on the Creator. And the Creator will guide us because He already knows what He put on the inside of you, and He knows what you're capable of. But if you don't ever get stretched, or if you don't ever get squeezed to a degree that you know you're uncomfortable, like these people, before everything was in abundance, everything just flowing and flowing and flowing. But now it's like, I don't know. I can't even find nobody. Like, why are people saying no? Why are people turning me away? So when we think about what's actually in our hands, then we can begin to shift from this squeeze and begin, like Preston was saying, focusing instead of being distracted by the little girl. He turned his focus to what it was that he needed to do, and then she just showed up. So that's how money works. It will show up. That's how business works. It will change and it will shift, but we got to understand that this is just a part of the process. Nobody said that we would be a business owner and everything will be running smoothly all the time. There is going to be dry spurts in our business. There are going to be times when we're going to lose business. There are going to be times when it seems like that we don't have the money, we don't have the resources, we don't have the equipment or whatever it is that we need in order to keep going. And especially when you're in that season or that time period where it just dries up and you're all by yourself. Like you don't have the team that you used to have. The people that you thought was going to run with you for life, they decided to take a different route. That's when you know that it's necessary for you to readjust. In business, we call it scaling. So how well are you scaling your business? How well do you utilize the things that you already have in your hands versus the things that you are just being wasteful in? So that's number 4 or 5. I don't know which number we on, y'all. So what I'm saying is that we cannot be wasteful. Many times as business owners, the reason why we're experiencing a squeeze is because we have just let go of understanding what we're wasting. We just take on any and everything, and we decide that, we just gonna be wasteful. We just gonna spend money wherever. And then we looking like, well, I ain't got no money now. So what happened? Oh, see, this is why it's so necessary for us to experience the squeeze, because when you experience the squeeze, it allows you to rearrange your whole business. And in rearranging your whole business, you begin to take inventory and realize, like, I don't really need this. I'm not even using this. Why do I have this in my possession? Why do I have this type of system? Why do I have this type of service? Why am I paying for someone to do this when I can do it myself? And that's not to say that we don't need delegation or stewards in our business. It's not to say that we don't need people, because we definitely do. If you're a business owner and you ain't got nobody else in the business with you, then that is a problem. Okay? That is a problem. You're not technically a business owner until you have people that are working within your organization. So what I'm saying is that we still got to go back as we're experiencing the squeeze, as things are getting tight, as we are getting down to the wire, as it's almost at the deadline, and we gotta come up with some kind of answer. We have to not panic. Make sure we're listening to the right people in leadership. We gotta make sure that we're looking at what we already got, and we gotta make sure we're not being wasteful. We're not hoarding what we have. We are also distributing. So that's number 5. So number 5 says says that we gotta give. How many of us, in times when things are short, when we are dealing with lack, when we're dealing with things drying up, that we turn to giving? See, the word of God talks about if you don't have enough for the abundance or the harvest, then that means you got enough for a seed that you can plant so you can get to the harvest. So if you ain't got enough money, if things are looking crazy and it's short change, then what you got to do is you got to go and give. There has to be a place or a person or a thing that you are contributing to all throughout your business life. And yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but this is not how we need to address our businesses from the angle of I'm just going to keep everything that I got in my hands. I ain't giving nobody nothing because I can't afford to do it. No, the way to abundance, the way to wealth is always going to be to give first. So that's why I left that one for last. All right, come on through. Look like who want to go first? I don't know who want to talk first. Mary, what you got to
Yes,
say?
I can definitely talk first. You know, Michelle, when I first started business, I thought that I had to touch all of my customers until the Lord revealed that I need to digitize so that I can reach more people. And I think, and that's part of the visionary of your own business, because when you do that, now you're anticipating the stretch, you're anticipating what's going to happen ahead, and now you can prepare for what's going to happen ahead. And the other part of that is coming to KBBU so that I can get my nonprofit to my business. Because
Mm.
again, if you thinking outside of the box and get your nonprofit, that's a perfect fit to your for-profit business. Now, when the for-profit is kind of on the low, you can go work on the nonprofit side, and it truly puts you in a different perspective
Yes.
and a different category for receiving funding that you need for your business. Because again, grants is about what you can do for your business. So if you're doing a non, I mean, what you can do for the community. So if you focus it on nonprofit, it puts you in a different category. So my thing is, and that's what I mean by being a visionary for your own business. Sometimes we let people, and we so focus on one thing that sometimes you have to think outside the box. But coming to KBBU now in the business plan part, okay, I'm just saying, you talking about stretching, things that I didn't even think about. And I taught business for a long time. But coming here, it put the little things in place that the places that I didn't have covered, now I'm able to have them covered and move on to the next thing, because they say what you don't know won't hurt you. I disagree with them. What
Me
you
too.
don't know will hurt you for real. So again, being a visionary, making sure you got your nonprofit that's your complement to your for-profit, and making sure you digitize so that you can reach past your community or the people that are local with you. That changes everything.
Woo, that is
It
so
does.
rich. Yes, come on through, Dr. Mary, and she is going to be speaking at the Media and Wealth Summit on grants. That's right. Y'all make sure that you go to the website right there on the screen, www.kbbullc.com, so that you can get your tickets. It is actually next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday is the actual Media and Wealth Summit. And we'll talk about that in a minute, but I want to hear from Preston first.
She know not what she do. Okay, gotcha. um, to pick up what Dr. Mary left off, it's a whole lot of entrepreneurs with a whole lot of great ideas withering on the vine. All right,
Ooh.
do it, do it. You know, I got to come out of right field. Procrastination is not a tourist attraction. Okay, stop going there. All right, and whatever calendar you got, take a Sharpie, take a pen, and scratch through the date to say eventually. Eventually is not a day of the week. All right, stop waiting to do everything eventually. I'm guilty of it. All right, eventually I'm gonna get around to it. Don't do that. All right, it's the effort you put in that's gonna determine your output. Okay. With me, for example, I was got my train of thought. What Michelle said when COVID hit, COVID was an uncontrolled event. You had no control over that. Yeah, no. When COVID hit, travel came to all of a abrupt standstill. Like that same day, my revenues. I remember it was like $62.75 for the year, but I was invested. I stayed with my training, stayed with the investment. Right? I started in 2017. COVID hit what 2020?
Yes.
2022 is about the 5-year mark. I got asked a question. Hey, are you still doing travel? The next profit I got covered all 5 years.
Woo!
The next profit I got from the next trip after we got it all clear to start traveling, it covered all 5 years. And I have not stopped since. Every year I certify. And it's been 5 years in a row. You got to stay with it. Some people, they don't see, that's another phrase, delayed gratification. They don't see that instant gratification. Oh, this ain't working. Yes, it is. You don't understand. You're in foundation mode. You're planting the seed, like Michelle just said with the giving. You're planting the seed, right? I'll give you an example from my military career. I talked to this one senior leader, Sergeant Major. I saw him 2 different times in 2 different parts of the world. When I went to Arizona, he was the leader there. And he has a book that he assigns you to different positions. He looked at me, he looked at the book, he closed it and said, where you want to work? I had never had something like that happen in my life.
Wow.
My jaw was hurting. I was smiling so big. I was supposed to be all professional. And yes, sir, I was in there cheese, big old Kool-Aid smile. Oh my God, I do what? But
you can choose your destiny.
Yes, he let me choose my own. He just closed it up. Where you want to work at? He just asked me. I was like, number one, I didn't have a clue. I just walked into the office, but it was the seed I planted before.
See?
He saw me in 2 different areas, doing 2 different jobs, and he saw me doing them jobs to the best of my ability. I was knocking it out, and he remembered that. He said, "Didn't I see you?" That was the question he asked. Didn't I see? It was no technical, but no, it was just, I know what you can do. That's what we're trying to get across to everybody through KBBU, credit, all that. Find out your strengths, enhance your strength. Come to this school, come to this seminar. Enhance on what you have. We are
Ain't
here
no
to build
seminar.
up.
You mean a party?
And that's just it. Come and see what there is. Come and see who you are. Okay.
Yes.
That's what we coaching for. We just not here, to crack jokes and make cool one-liners. We actually take care of business around here. Okay.
That part, Preston.
Yeah,
Come
so
on.
come through. That's what we trying to tell y'all, right? If you think I'm a clown here, you ain't seen me in person yet, all right? Yeah, truly not sat in the room with me and kept one of them one-liners I shouldn't say online because I'm trying to keep it a professional environment. But yeah, come on through. There's actually information that we are passing. Good information, knowledge, the wisdom. It's just not telling you something that we think sounds okay, sound good. We practice what we preach around here. I've been affiliated with Michelle and Dr. May for some years now. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Years.
2023.
Yeah. Taking the point when I first got here, I was talking about something totally out of left field. And my sponsor, one that brought me here, she was like, "Oh, I have a friend. Her name is Michelle." I called her up. What? 5 minutes later, here I am. And I have not stopped. I have not stopped. Okay.
Yeah.
It's who you surround yourself with that's also going to make a difference in your business. Who you surround yourself with.
Yes,
right?
indeed. Indeed. Yes. Mary, you got something else you want to say right quick?
Listen, yes. I mean, he said a whole mouthful. Who you surround
Yes.
yourself with. Y'all, sometimes misery love company, and you have to know that everybody in your community is not necessarily in your tribe. You really have to know your tribe. It is so important, and it's okay to affiliate with everybody, but you got to know who's supposed to be in your space because sometimes people want you to fail because they fail and they don't want to do it and they're scared and they got all these attitudes and disposition that they transfer to you and you trying to figure out why do it feel like I'm fighting because you are fighting. I'm just saying no, understand that if they have not done what you trying to do, they cannot be your coach. Let me say that again. If they have not done what you're trying to do, they cannot be your coach. They cannot. There is no possible way for them to be your coach. And sometimes we have so much respect for people. I understand that, but respect them in the area that they need to respect in. But when it's time for you to get your coach, man, listen, you can have more than one. It's okay to do that. And anybody that do not want you to have more than one, you need to run from them. For real.
Right? Right. Because I'm trying to tell you, I do monitor who I listen to, but I do have more than one coach. Okay. Come on, Dr. Mary, tell somebody about it. That's what we're trying to say here. We are in these scenarios, we're in business, and we always go through these ups and downs in business, but we can literally solidify a level playing field in business when we don't panic, when we make sure that we're under the right leadership, when we make sure that it's multiple leaders that we are being led by, but make sure that you monitor what that leader is leading you to. Like Mary said, like Dr. Mary said, like make sure that they are doing what you want to do. Make sure they already done it. Okay? Make sure they already are the trailblazer for where you're trying to go. Don't just follow anybody. Don't, and even do your research on what it is that they are telling you to do. There's nothing wrong with you asking questions. I love for my coaches to ask questions and my students and even my clients. I do not reject questions. Actually, that helps me to grow and learn. But if you got a leader who can't answer no questions and don't want you asking them anything, then how can you grow? How can that leader even grow if they don't know every scenario because they don't want nobody to question their ability of knowledge? Like you got to think about all of these things. You got to look at how much you have in your hand and how are you utilizing the things that you have in your hands the best way. How are you actually taking inventory to scale everything that you have to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do and eliminating any excess unnecessary things that you're spending money on? See, you can survive a hard economy, a bad economy, a low economy. You can survive anything as a business owner, but there are certain strategic steps that you got to have in place in order for that to happen. And you got to make sure that you are a giver under all circumstances. So, what am I saying overall? I'm saying that you got to apply wisdom. You can't be greedy. You can't try to take everything and keep it yours. And you can't do this by yourself. So, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Go ahead and set these notifications so every Wednesday at 9:30 that you do not miss a KBBU behind the scenes episode because it's too important for your life. Like Preston said, we are here to help you because we are really doing business. We ain't just blowing smoke up your butt. This is over 30, almost 35 years of experience, okay? Almost 35 years of experience in business. I've been a business owner since I was 19. And I'm not talking about a part-time business owner. I'm talking about a full-time business owner at the age of 19. Didn't have a job. Made over $3,000 to $4,000 a month back in the day. So that's the kind of experience and understanding and coaching and leadership that you have here at KBBU. So what are you waiting for? Go to the website, go ahead and get your tickets to the Media and Wealth Summit so that you can meet us in person. Yes, we all gonna be there. All the coaches, we gonna be right there. Listen, let's talk, let's tell them a little something about that. Mary, you want to go ahead and give them a little taste of what we got going on?
Listen, it's gonna be food, it's gonna be knowledge, it's gonna be specialty, it's gonna be we're gonna have such a good time, but more importantly, we're gonna feed your business. Just like we're gonna feed your body, we're gonna feed your business with the people that are experts in the area just coming. I'm telling you, the two leaders, Dr. Tina and Michelle KBBU, listen, they got some top-notch people gonna be there along with myself. Y'all, we gonna give you what you need. I'm telling you, but just being in the room, period, it's gonna grow you. I'm telling you, it's gonna expose your business to another level. You have got to go ahead and get your ticket. Not just get your ticket, but bring someone. And if you can't make it, y'all purchase somebody a ticket. That's seating as well. You have to make sure because what you do for others, God will make somebody do for you. Be in the room. Do not miss this. If you are trying to scale your business to the next level, don't miss the summit. Do not miss the summit and bring somebody with you. Don't be selfish. Bring somebody with you that want to grow their business as well.
All right. Thank you so much,
You're
Dr. Mary. Now,
welcome.
like she said, we are going to be having two parts of this Media and Wealth Summit. We're going to be talking about to the individual. You might be thinking, well, I ain't got no business, or I had a business. I don't have my business active right now because of all of the new regulations that done came down the line. And I have all these different taxes to pay, right? Well, guess what? You ain't got to worry about that either. You can come to the Media and Wealth Summit and we're going to help you in every aspect. Don't you know that we are going to literally, I'm going to take the screen down so I can look into your eyeballs, okay? We're going to be have the opportunity for you to have job placement. That's right. Some of the entrepreneurs that have decided that they are going to put their business on pause, maybe you need to go back to the workforce. Do you not understand that we are going to have an opportunity for you to find employment at this event? It's just like a big job fair, but that's not the only thing that we're doing. We're going to give the opportunity for business owners to have their money funded, their businesses funded with startup money. There will be banks and credit unions there. There will be people who have the money to fund your company. And if you have been through KBBU, and you got your stuff together, hence the previous September free training that we had. Listen, if you got your stuff together, then you will be in the right position to have that door open for your company so that you can stop struggling and trying to figure out how you're going to make your business run through sales. That's right. You'll have the opportunity to have your company funded. In addition to that, we're going to have education. We're talking about not just regular old education. We're talking about education on retirement planning, education on investing your money. How do you do that? Where are you supposed to put the money? And what type of investments are best for your particular situation? We're going to be discussing that. Dr. Mary's going to be giving away the grants. Preston is going to be on the panel. He's going to be talking to you about travel and territory and giving you opportunities to come into a travel agency business. Listen, we have all sorts of opportunities at this event. In addition to that, we are even going to be talking about how to help those who are disabled. Are you in a situation where you are disabled? Are you a veteran? Are you dealing with some challenges? We are going to be discussing the secrets of how you can get what you need. This is not just your regular old summit. This is not just a regular old situation where you just come in somewhere and you're going to listen to some information. No, we are breaking down the details. We are giving you all of the secrets to your well-being as an individual or as a business owner. Then we're going to go over to the media side, and Dr. Tina and her side is going to talk about visibility, how you can have your business become a name brand company. In addition to becoming a name brand company, guess what? She is going to be teaching how to communicate. Miss Shayna is going to come in and teach us about how to communicate. Mr. Michael Finkley is going to be talking about branding. We have Dr. Nikki Ziegler. She is going to be talking about the visibility, and Dr. Tina J. Ramsey herself is going to be talking about all things marketing and media. What does that mean as a business owner? How many of y'all want to really be an influencer? How many of you want to actually become a big content creator. You want to be able to learn how to do all of this. Now, if you knew me way back in the day, we weren't doing all of this stuff. We learned this through Dr. Tina J. Ramsey and CTR Media Network. That's right. She is going to be in this event telling us the secrets of how to be seen before billions of people. That's where her network streams to billions of people, y'all. We are seen all over the world in over 140 countries. Not only will you be on camera, but you will be interviewed at the Media and Wealth Summit. Let me go ahead and put that back up. So we got myself, Michelle Green, we got Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, we got Dr. Mary Hancock, we got Mr. Lee Williams. He's going to be talking about that investment part and how to leave a legacy for your family. We got Miss Shayna Ashby. She's going to be bridging the gap of communications from an individual standpoint of how to talk to businesses, how to talk to banks and lenders and investment companies, and transitioning that over into your in your business life. So some of us don't even know how to talk to folks, but that's what Miss Shayna Ashby is going to come in and talk to us about. Then we got Mr. Dr. Michael Finkley. He is going to be talking about how to leave your company as a branded household name. You know, I was talking to somebody the other day and I was saying, you know, that's a brand name. That's a household name. And I didn't realize that that's literally what Dr. Michael Finkley is going to be teaching us, the secrets of how to become a household name. This is not your ordinary people on this panel. I'm trying to tell you right now. He is a celebrity podcaster and TV show host. He is all over the world. He deals with people like Jennifer Hudson, Fantasia, people like that are celebrities that you know of. And then we got Dr. Nikki Ziegler. She's gonna be doing our visibility hosting. So she's gonna not just talk about it, she is going to show us visually how to be visible in business and in your personal life. You know, we got some people who are just really shy and they are always behind the scenes and they don't really know how to speak up, and they don't really understand how to communicate what it is that they're trying to communicate as an individual, of their needs, of their wants. Well, guess what? Dr. Nikki Ziegler is going to show us how to be seen and how to be heard. In addition to that, we feeding you. We got live entertainment, y'all. We got live entertainment. We got singing, we got dancing, we got comedy coming, and we got a hype DJ. Oh, baby. He is going to be lining us up with these line dances. And even though I don't know how to do them, I'm going to be right out there shaking a leg with you. Okay? Okay. That's correct. So make sure that you go to www.kbbullc.com right now and go ahead and get your ticket. Make sure you get a VIP ticket because we almost sold out of the VIP already. We got so many people that have lined up for the VIP, and I'm trying to tell you, the VIP sections, they're going to get special treatment. And did I mention that we're giving away cash? Did I mention that we're giving away TVs? We're giving away laptops. We're giving away cameras. We're giving away all sorts of other surprise giveaways, y'all. This is not just an ordinary time for you. I'm talking about if you have been looking for a breakthrough, if you have been talking to God about the promises of your life, then you need to be at this event so you can get your blessing. Because I promise you, every person that walks away from this event, they are going to have all of the equipped things that they need to move forward in their life and succeed and go all the way. I ain't talking about no short part of the way. I'm not talking about halfway. I'm talking about all the way to the top. They are going to be able to get and receive everything that they have ever needed. This is not your ordinary event. So stop wasting time. Go ahead and get your tickets tonight. Make sure that you're subscribed to the KBBU podcast and TV show right here on KBBU Behind the Scenes. And make sure that you let us know who you are when you come to that Media and Wealth Summit on October the 11th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here at the Saluda Shows River Center in Columbia, South Carolina. That's correct. Listen, thank you guys for watching us tonight. We will be on next Wednesday at 9:30 until we get tired, okay? Until we get tired. But until then, I want you to take care and I want you to seriously think about why you're being squeezed. And let's go ahead and solve this problem together so we can release that breath of air and relax. All right, y'all take care. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Are you ready to win money for you or your business? It's the party of all times, the Media and Wealth Summit, Saturday, October 11th in Columbia, South Carolina. CTR Media Network and KBBU presents a one-day explosion. Cash, electronics, and grant giveaways, credit secrets, investments, logos, business startups. Become a podcast and TV host with global exposure to 350 million households. Meet DJ Prince Ice, The Savages from Wow Studio One, Soul Food, line dancing, and swag bags. Get tickets now at kbbullc.com. KBBUllc.com.